Hello YouTube, welcome back to Jerry's NBA Talk TV. I'm NBA Jerry and thank you for watching. This video is about me talking about the interview with me and Chris Smoove. Now if you haven't watched parts 1 through 4 and also the video that I talked about me actually getting the interview with Chris Smoove, please watch that now. This is kind of like halftime in between the videos. People have been asking me how many parts are there to this interview. It's 8 parts. Okay, so this is the in between 4 and 5 video. I want you to watch this video before you actually watch part 5, 6, 7, and 8. A couple of things I wanted to talk to you guys about. A friend of mine, asked me after he watched the video. This is a personal friend of mine. He asked me, how long have I known Chris Smoove? And I told him I don't know him. I never talked to him. That was my first time talking to him. And he was like, "Wow, that's interesting. You never talked to him. You never." And I said, "No, this is the first time I met him." He says, "Wow, you guys sound like you guys are friends. You guys sound like you guys are really clicking. It sound like you guys knew each other." I said, "No." And that got me to thinking of what I wanted to talk to you guys about today. As of right now, as I'm making this video, I have not been on YouTube 90 days yet. Okay. I've been watching YouTube for years, just like you guys have. And, I enjoy different videos and different things and content that YouTube provides us. Because it's a platform that it provides all of us. And I've been watching Bruce Blitz for 4 years. And I've been watching Chris Smoove for about 2 years. And like I've said in other videos, that those guys are my 2 favorite YouTubers. And for me to be working with both of them, it's an honor for me. It really is. And it's funny because Bruce Blitz has a totally different YouTube channel or channels than Chris Smoove does. Everybody knows what Chris Smoove's channel is about, and a lot of people know what Bruce Blitz's channels are about. Bruce Blitz, if you don't know, his channels are about basketball, and he's got a whole bunch of different things that I really enjoy about the NBA and different players and things like that. So his perspective, I agree with a lot of things he says. His videos are visual, as is Chris Smoove. Chris Smoove does NBA 2K videos, as you know, and now he's just moved into Modern Warfare videos a few months ago. But it's funny because I've been watching these guys, like I said, for so long that I do feel like I've known them. So those two were, I guess, in a way, they inspired me to do these videos, because I would see and watch their videos so much, and I say, why can't I do this? I'm a pretty knowledgeable fan of the NBA. I love to talk about it. I do it anyway with all my friends. I said, let me make a video. And originally I made the YouTube channel just to talk to my friends, because I used to get a lot of phone calls during the season and during the playoffs, especially the playoffs, that they want to ask me questions about the NBA and stuff like that, because they respect my opinion. And I was getting all these phone calls, and I was just like, wow, I can't keep taking all these phone calls because I'm trying to watch the game. So my dad and one of my best friends, John Paul Mobley, told me that I should make a YouTube channel to talk to my friends across the country. That way, if they can hear my thoughts, I can just put it on the channel. And as you can see, if you watch my first videos, I was just sitting in front of the laptop just talking. But it started growing nice and slowly. I said, wow, I can really do something. Meanwhile, while I'm watching these videos or making these videos, I'm still watching Bruce Blitz and Chris Smoove. And the first video I ever made was on May 14th, the day I opened it. And I think it was the day after LeBron James and the Cleveland Cavaliers lost to the Boston Celtics. And I made a video, a couple part video, probably a 3 or 4 part video. It's not up there anymore, but I basically talked about my unhappiness with Mike Brown and how he was doing with the offense and things like that. And my dad told me, he said, look, you're not looking into the camera, because I was looking down. I didn't know what I was doing, and my videos were terrible. So I just started doing videos and things like that. And then I remember the first 30 days I was on here. My 30th day I had 100 subscribers. And I was like, wow, that's a big deal. 100 subscribers in 30 days. I thought that was excellent. That was cool. But what's so funny is before I hit my 30-day mark, I actually made a video to Bruce Blitz. And if you scroll down in my video list, you'll see it. And basically, you know, what I did was I think I sent him a message on YouTube, and I just thought, you know, he was so big on YouTube that he would never respond to me. And he actually responded to me, and he gave me a friend request. And I was like, wow, I was so, you know, awestruck by that, you know. And I guess by me doing that for him, you know, making the video for him, I guess he started to notice me a little bit more. So, long story short, he invited me to be his friend, and then he also, because he watched my videos, he invited me to be on his radio show as a host. And I was just blown away by this. And this is before I hit my 30th day. And I was like, wow, you know, this is ridiculous. You know, this is awesome. I couldn't believe it. And then when I got on the radio show, I was really, really nervous and at first, but then I calmed down and I was okay after that. And it was so funny because Bruce Blitz is a guy I listened to his voice so many times, just like with Chris Smoove. So, you know, my whole point of this is that, you know, when I was talking to these guys, Bruce Blitz, and then when I first had my interview with Chris Smoove a few days ago, it's so funny because I've talked to them so many times in my head, you know, before I actually talk to them. I actually imagine these conversations. And the reason I'm making this video for you guys is because, and I've talked about this before, you can do whatever you want, you know, but you have to believe you can do it. And everything starts with a thought first. And you have to have that thought of what you want to do. So whatever you want to be, have a burning desire for it, you know. Have a burning desire. And what I mean by a burning desire is something, it's a flame that burns inside of you that no matter what, it'll never go out, you know. And I have goals, my own personal goals that I'm going to hit, but so far I've done the two things that I wanted to do first to step up the ladder is be in or working with Bruce Blitz and Chris Smoove, and I've accomplished that. But I'm not telling you guys that to brag. I'm telling you that because you guys can do that too. So when I was talking to Bruce Blitz on a radio show, I was nervous at first for the first few minutes, but then I calmed down and I was fine, because the reason why I was so easy to talk to him, because I've done it so many times in my head. The same thing with Chris Smoove. When he called me, we did it over the internet. When I talked to him, it's the same thing. This is why I'm making this video, because my friend told me, he said, you sounded so comfortable talking to him, you guys sounded like friends. And the reason why it was so easy for me, because I've had those conversations with him thousands and thousands of times in my head. So before you actually do something, you have to think about it first. It has to be a thought in your head, and you can get it done, but you have to believe it first. And don't let anybody tell you that you can't do something. The only one that can stop you from doing something is you. I hope you guys enjoy these videos, these interviews with Chris Smoove. I want to welcome all my new subscribers. Obviously, I've gotten a lot of new subscribers because of this interview with Chris Smoove. And I really, really appreciate you guys subscribing and commenting and watching, and also all the personal messages and things like that. I read them all. Sometimes I can't respond to all of them, but I definitely read them. So you can always write me as many times as you want, comments and personal messages, because I read them all, and I thank you for that. But I want to tell you guys once again that you can accomplish anything you want, and I have a secret for you. And I want you to remember this. You become what you think about. And I'm going to say that again. You become what you think about. So if you think you can do something, you can do it. But if you think you can't, you won't. So either way, you're going to be right. So don't think about the things that you don't want. Always think about the things that you want. You can accomplish anything within reason. So if you want to become a professional basketball player, or you know, a doctor, or a lawyer, or whatever you want to do in life, you can do it. But first, you have to believe it, because if you don't believe it, you won't do it. Thanks, guys. Stay tuned for part 5 of the Chris Smoove and NBA Jerry interview. It's getting really interesting. You're gonna find out a lot of good things about him. Like I said, I really appreciate you guys watching. And remember, if you can believe it, you can do it. And don't let anybody tell you can't do something. Take care of yourselves. Thanks for watching. And remember, folks, always always treat people how you want to be treated, and everything will be okay. I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace.